Welcome to HTML4 video series. This is part 54 and today we are going to buy a Windows hosting space because in our previous video we did discussed that I had the same hosting space. So just wanted to show you how can you buy a Windows hosting space if you want to. Either ways, both of them have Linux or Windows have the same procedures. You can go with anyone, right? But before moving further, I would like to show you when you buy a domain and when you buy a hosting space, there are two things are involved in that, right? When you buy a domain, you can only buy domain, but when you buy a hosting space, whoops, one second. Yes, so I was saying when you buy a hosting space, you have an option to either buy a domain, and there are a bit of other things you can do with your domain if you have already, and plus the hosting space, of course, right? So when you want to buy the hosting space and a domain name, let's say you're a newbie just like me, then I would rather say I'll first look into the hosting space, whichever the provider sounds more reliable, I'll go with that, and that is the same place where I will register my domain also along with that, right? So it's a choice up to you. Either if you want to buy a domain separately, you can buy a domain and then you can link that domain to your hosting space, but that's a total different thing. That's little bit complex, not that much. You can find a lot of tutorials on that on Google or YouTube. So again, let's stick to the basic. What we are going to do is we are going to buy a domain again and the hosting space, and we are not going to take much time. So let's get started. So if I'm looking at this website, as I said, this was my provider. I'm sorry, this is my provider. He's still my provider. So when I came on the site, I was pretty happy. This guy is offering pretty cheap things and everything is so unlimited. But anyways, I wasn't worried too much about the security and all, because my site is just an informative site. My site doesn't do much. It just gives some information. So I was pretty okay with that, and it was pretty nice. Then I started looking at the packages, what they are offering. So this is a semi and this is a yearly pack, and so but I was actually onto this one, so this was pretty good. Web spacers unlimited, a lot of things are unlimited, everything is unlimited, so this is pretty good. And like I said in the previous video, when I say Windows, Windows means I'm also focusing on the ASP.NET. Where is it? Let me get that. ASP.NET MS SQL database, right? And look at that, they are unlimited. So if I want to do any research kind of a thing, then this is an awesome provider for me, right? So you can see the ASP.NET and everything is configured here, and you can see a lot of things are green. That means it is available to you. The configurations they have given that this is a shared hosting, so what you're gonna get and what is the bandwidth and all, right? So I thought this is pretty cool. There's no harm in that, so let's go for that. So I actually started, and like I said, if you remember this step, when you buy a hosting space, it gives you an option, right? That if you want to have a domain, you can also buy a domain from me. Hosting space anyways I'm providing you. So over here I said, alright, you're giving me the hosting space, so I also want to register a domain as well. So this is something which came into my mind, and I said let's go for this. So after that I say click to continue. When I say click to continue, it said okay, this domain is available and this is the yearly price I'm going to charge you. I said okay, so the domain is done. Next is it says that okay, I'm giving you a Windows shared hosting, and these are the features which I'm providing you, and you can configure this thing as annually or semi-annually, whatever you want. And then you can say add to cart. These two features are bit kind of an advance. You can search in Google for that, but right now it is not a part of our system, so I'm gonna skip these two guys. You can ignore. Next is, this is what I call bullshit. In most of the places, most of the provider, this offers as free itself, and these guys tell you alright, I'm giving you this free, but anyways keep checking, check and update the cart. So when you update the cart, in the end finally it shows you alright that you have purchased the shared hosting from me. Okay, and this is what I'm going to quote you. If you want to make any changes like I was doing over here, which was I was changing semi-annually to annually, right? So you can do that. You can go back. At the very same time, you can go back to domain registration and configure a few things. Once you're done with that, you move on to the checkout. Once you move on to the checkout, it will ask you all these informations, right? And once you through with that, you will go for the payment, right? Different countries have different payment methods. You can go the way you want, and once the payment is done, they will come back to you saying, all right, so the congratulations, this is the domain name now belongs to you. Okay, and they give you a link for a login into your panel, and from there you can manage a lot of things. Okay, next is they will send you an email. They'll say that you want to manage this hosting space, so this is the URL and this is a username and password. So let's get started. Next, they also give you, we will definitely gonna talk about this because this is a place where I created, this, where is it? Where did you go? Yeah, where I created this subdomain. So I will show you how can you do that, right? Next, it will give you an FTP information using which you can transfer your files from local to your hosting box. So you need that. Okay. Next is they give you the webmail information if you're interested, okay. And these are the things and features they provide, plus a lot of things are in there once you log into the control panel. Unfortunately, that control panel is not working today. I don't know why my provider is so, you understand, right? So anyways, you got the idea, right? Like, how do you buy the domain and what are the things you're gonna get in the end. They will tell you, they provide you support and everything, like if you have any problems and all, so you can go with that. And they have also a good feature. Let's say when I started buying this, I bought the Linux hosting accidentally, and then I told them that I was looking for the Windows. By raising a ticket, they simply converted my hosting type to Windows, and they provided all the ASP.NET features which actually I needed to me. So I was pretty happy about that. It was done pretty quick. So it depends on you, how do you want to go, right? In the next video I will show you, this was the Windows hosting. I will show you how do you do the Linux hosting, in GoDaddy. Okay, so I hope to see you in the next video, and hope this video helps you in some way. If it does, then guys, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Good night and take care.